Hi, this is Justin Abdullah with the Chicagoland Lawyer, and one of the most common questions I get is how does a short sale work? Well, when you're selling your property at a short sale, there's really 6 steps to figuring out how a short sale works, and I put a pretty cool infographic in the description. Your first step is a consultation. When you're behind on your mortgage and you're trying to figure out how I'm going to make ends meet, your first step is really to consult with an expert, a professional, somebody who's in the real estate game who can give you a realistic idea of what your property's worth, what it'll sell for, what some of these numbers are. That person is normally going to have some access to some mortgage documents that'll figure out what you owe, what you have to clear, and how to make this go away. Your second step is to list the property. You can get your realtor involved. And for short sales, you kind of need a realtor. So that second step for listing, you need a realtor because the bank is going to want to see that the property was marketed for sale. If it's not marketed for sale, you usually have to pay the full amount owed on the mortgage or very close to it. But if it's marketed for sale and the bank thinks it's worth more than it is, the fact that it stayed on the market a little too long is going to help you out a lot in getting those good discounts that help you walk away from delinquent balances. Your third step is to find a buyer who is going to make a potential offer on this property. Now, that offer is usually a multi board 7.0 contract. That's basically what we use everywhere in Chicago, everywhere in Northern Illinois. This contract is it has time, place, location, amounts, financing, title, surveys, deeds. It has everything on it. So you don't really have to ask, do I have the right contract for a short sale? It's a multi-board contract, but it's subject to third-party approval. So that's what matters. Is this contract subject to third-party approval? If it is, it's probably a good short sale contract for everybody involved. If it's not, then it probably needs a little bit of help. Your fourth step, and this is where you get about halfway done. So we took 4 steps instead of 3 to get to halfway done. Your fourth step is to submit the documents that your lender requires for figuring out your short sale eligibility. This is going to include your hardship letter, your mortgage statements, your financials, copy of that contract, copy of your workout letter, all that sort of stuff. And I put a pretty cool checklist too. That checklist will be in the description below. If the lender approves that document package, you'll move on to the fifth step. But if he doesn't approve, then you're going to end up kind of going back a little bit. Assuming you do get approved, that fifth step is the negotiation phase. But I'm going to answer what happens if you don't get approved first. If you don't get approved when you're submitting that document batch, what it means is you need to retool that offer. So you go back to the buyer and say, hey, can you come back with a little bit more? Or you tell the bank, hey, I'm willing to take a little bit less. Either one of those will try to correct something that doesn't work. But if it does work, then you move on to step 5, negotiations. That's where the lender reviews all the documents, and your attorney, who's hopefully me, will put together a net sheet to the lender that says, these are all the monies coming in and out on this transaction. Debits over here, credits over here. And at the end of this, the seller is walking away with this much money. Well, the lender is going to counter back and say, well, can they do a little bit less? And I'll talk to you and say, well, maybe they can. This is where all these negotiations come in, and sometimes for really crazy offers, where things are out of hand on the amount of debt that's built up. Like if we have a short sale that went delinquent pre-COVID, which we have a couple of those. If we have those, then sometimes we're actually saying to the bank, we'll give you a little bit of money to let the homeowner off the hook for $500,000 of debt. It's rare that it happens in 2023, but we did a couple of them last year. And then finally, your last step, and this is where you are done. So your sixth step is the closing, where the lender approves the sale, you have title, you have funds, the money's changing hands, you're in an office, you're signing documents, and you're giving keys over. So if we got through those first 5 hurdles, that sixth step is just kind of going to do itself. So that would be just really great for any of my sellers who are looking to short sale to get out of a foreclosure. I hope this video helped explain to you what to do to sell your home at a short sale. And if it helped you, please post it somewhere on social media. It helps me out a lot. Like, subscribe, hit the notification icon if this is the kind of problems you're having. We're going to have a whole playlist up. I have links to the articles that will help you figure your way out of this. And also, if you want a consultation, any one of those articles will bring you right to me. So thanks for watching. Really appreciate your time. Have a great day.